welcome back to Coach Greg Sports. Today we're going to be doing our fantasy baseball update since it's Monday, and this is going to be episode number 4 of this. So we're going to take a look at the NL only leagues that we're in, and then the couple Dynasty Leagues and the Points League as well. So I'm just going to run through this real quick. Shouldn't be too much to go over. We'll go through the waiver wire for the Bartman's Headphone League first. That's the 10-team NL only league that I'm in. Trevor Rosenthal went for $39. Joey Votto went for $12. Votto was actually dropped because the owner that had him called up Alex Baum and he had to drop somebody. I picked up Mitch Moreland for $10. We ended up dropping Daniel Murphy. Not too much to say there. Murphy's been alright, but Moreland's been better this year. He's going to have more full-time at-bats likely too. Then Jose Martinez got picked up by Matt, and he dropped Adam Hazley. He picked him up for $10. Zach Eflin got picked up for $6. He actually ended up dropping Tyler Chatwood. Forgot to put it through on there. And then Nico Horner was picked up for $3. He dropped Kevin Cron. Kurt Casilli for the Reds catcher, he was picked up for $3 as well, so this was a move that I did have to correct. Cadbert Ruiz, once again, somebody tried to pick him up this week. It was an invalid move since he's not actually on a major league roster. And the guy didn't even have a spot to put him in anyways, so I had to go through and recorrect that anyways. I picked up Taylor Clark, pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks, for $2. He made a start, I believe, last week, and he's going to stay in the rotation for a little while now. Craig Kimbrell was dropped last week, and somebody picked him up for $1 here. It's kind of like a coin flip there. He could be a closer and get some saves, or he could just, suck how he's kind of been sucking this year. Then I picked up Tyler Mahle as well and dropped Jairo Diaz. Diaz lost the closer role. Hasn't been pitching too good ever since then. So I picked up Tyler Mahle. He's been in the Reds rotation. He had 11 strikeouts the last time he pitched. He's a guy that I've liked a lot over the years, so I figured just pick him up. Richard Rodriguez got picked up for $1, and he dropped Rick Porcello. Rodriguez could see some save chances with Pittsburgh in the few opportunities that they do get save chances. So a little buy low there, nothing too crazy. And then lastly, I picked up Devon Williams for $1. I dropped Rowan Wick. Wick hasn't really been getting the saves for the Cubs, so we just kind of dropped him. I picked up Devon Williams for $1. His numbers this year are very good. I think he's got 25 strikeouts and 17 innings or something like that. But there's rumors that the Brewers could be shopping Josh Hader. If they're blown away with an offer, they might trade him. In that situation, Williams could get some save chances. Maybe next year he goes into next year as the closer. He does have electric stuff. The issue with him has always been control. But that's pretty much all the waivers we got for this week. So I'm not going to go over my team too much just because it's pretty much the same as it's been. And besides the guys we added, I actually made a trade where I'm trading Cody Bellinger. This is a keeper league, and Cody Bellinger's $60 was his auction price, so he's not going to be somebody that I can keep anyways. So I ended up trading him for Mauricio Dubon for $1. He has position eligibility at second base, shortstop, and outfield. So he's going to be a good keeper next year. And then I also picked up a first-round minor league draft pick in our minor league draft for next year. So overall, it's a pretty good trade since we weren't going to be able to get back into contention. And then since Bellinger wasn't going to be a keeper, we traded him for a keeper plus a minor league pick. Can't say anything bad about that. So this is a strategy if you're in keeper leagues you use once you get down where you know you're not going to be able to come back, that you just kind of trade off pieces. Injury bug definitely hurt us a lot this year, as you kind of see with standings here. So we kind of slumped down and run. Our hitting kind of slumped now, and then our pitching hasn't been great all year. So just took a turn for the worse at the wrong time. And with the trade deadline being soon, and with the season being so short and only so many games left this year, it's just too hard to come back. So we're done with that league. We'll take a look at our other NL only league. This is the 13-team one. I made a lot of changes to my team because last week was kind of the week that we were going to decide whether we were going to go for it and trade for a bunch of pieces, or if we were going to ship off our guys that weren't going to be good keepers and kind of go from there. So essentially, I pretty much traded everybody off that I wasn't going to be able to keep. So I traded off Mookie Betts. And Eliezer Hernandez. And then in that trade, let's see, who'd I get? Well, I got Jason Kipnis, who I ended up dropping anyways. And then I got Ian Anderson, the pitcher for the Braves, the guy that I like a lot. So I pretty much did a trade for him. He's going to be a good keeper next year for $5, hopefully. The other trade, so I made a trade with Matt. I traded him Nick Markakis, Antonio Senzatella, and Garrett Richards. And then I got Kyle Kirkback, I got Mckenzie Gore, and Jason Martin up here, who actually got recently called up by the Pirates. So Martin's a dollar keeper if he does anything. Crick's a dollar keeper. He could be the Pirates closer next year, hopefully, who knows. And then the big piece out of it was Mckenzie Gore, who's still a minor league prospect. So getting two pitchers like Gore and Ian Anderson is quite a big haul there. Then I was able to trade off Paul Goldschmidt for a first-round minor league pick in this league as well for next year. And then I got Darren Ruff with him too, who I ended up dropping since then anyways. And then the last thing I did was trade Dansby Swanson for Isan Diaz. He opted out this year, but he's a $5 keeper for next year. He had pretty good power when he played last year. He could be the starting second baseman for the Marlins next year, so he could be a decent keeper. So like I said, once you know you're kind of out of it, you trade off the guys that you're not going to be able to keep or that aren't going to have value at keepers and try to turn them into people that are going to have value or future picks. With that being said, we'll look at the transactions for this league real quick. So I picked up Will Smith for $1. We just had an open pitcher spot. It says we put Mckenzie Gore in the minor leagues, but he was already in the minor leagues. Josh Fuentes got picked up for $1. Rockies first baseman, third baseman. He dropped Luis Guillermo. He picked up Tommy Hunter for $0. He's not anybody that I'm going to be looking at keeping it. There's not too many pitchers out there, so I just picked up somebody who's at least pitching and been pitching decent. Then, let's see, Jorge Mateo got picked up for $1. We dropped him last week, I believe it was. And I actually put in for him again for $1, but we got somebody else ahead of him. And I got Jake Marisnick for $3. Jake Marisnick's been a guy that I like for a long time. If he ever got like full-time at-bats, he could be a decent player. So, as a keeper in this league for $3, he might not be too bad. Mitch Moreland came over to the Padres. He went for $37. Trevor Rogers went for $1. I actually put in for him in this league as well. But you see the move right underneath it. I put in for Taylor Clark first for $4. And we moved Andrew Miller to the IR spot. Then Tommy Malone got picked up for $4. He dropped Eric Fetty. Those are pretty similar pitchers, so I don't even think that's really an upgrade. Then we got Will Craig for $1. We dropped Ty France, who actually got traded to Seattle, so we weren't going to be able to keep him anyways. Tyler Rogers got picked up for $7. He dropped John Gant. Daniel Bard got picked up for $6. He dropped Austin Vuth. Not a bad little pickup there. Bard's kind of been looking like the closer, but the guy down below here, they just traded for Michael Givens. They traded the Baltimore Orioles for him. He got picked up for $11. He could be the closer in Colorado as well. Jacob Nottingham we picked up for $1. Dropped Austin Barnes. Barnes is just a part-time player. Nottingham I just picked up for $1. He could be a decent keeper if they move on from Omar Narvaez for some reason, and then if Nottingham's the full-time catcher for $1, it's worth it. Jose Martinez went for $17. He dropped Billy Hamilton. Trevor Rosenthal went through $70. It sounds like a lot of money, but like when you have a big fab budget and there's not like much time left in the season, like if you really want a guy, you just go grab him. Then Alex Young got picked up for $3. Jordan Yamamoto got dropped. Austin Nola, catcher / first baseman, he coming over the Padres from the Mariners. He got picked up for $38, and he dropped Luis Campuzano. And then lastly, Lucas Sims got picked up for $5, and Robert Gesselman got dropped. But overall, nothing too crazy there. Pretty much kind of what I expected with this league. A lot of guys that came over from the American League that got traded over, they went for a lot of fab dollars. But otherwise, it's a pretty standard week. I'll go to standings real quick. We are like 20, 33, and like 5 now, I think. So we moved down to 11 and 7. Excuse me. We moved down to 11th place. Like I said, we just trade off all our assets and rebuilding for next year. But that's about all I got to say for that league. We'll look at the 2 Dynasty Leagues real quick. First one's the Sabre League. That's the team that I'm rebuilding. And I don't think there's going to be too much to talk about in this league. So we're the Astros. We're still 3rd to last place. I don't think there's any notable moves that I made in the past week. The trade deadline for this league is also today. So we are going to look at probably trading some guys off and see if we could get future value for them. So maybe like a Travis D'Arnaud, if we can get rid of him for something, if we can get rid of Matt Kemp for anything. Then I think there's some pitchers I'm looking at trading off too. So like a Rich Hill, a Martin Perez maybe. Dan Altavilo is another one, Joe Biagini. So just guys like that, kind of low-end pieces that we're not really going to need in the future. But if we can get any value for them, we'll take it. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that one. We'll go over to the Hardball Injustice League, the other Dynasty contract league I'm in. We won both our matchups last week, so we are at, I believe we're at 8-2. I believe it's third place overall. I don't think we really made too many moves since the last week. Like I said, in these leagues, you're not making a bunch of moves all the time. I did pick up Martin Perez and Tommy Hunter in this league. I just traded like a minor league free agent pick, like I said last week. I'll go over those picks a little bit more, what they mean. But just wanted to strengthen my starting pitching depth. And then Hunter is just a throw-in as some relief pitcher depth if I need him there. We'll click on the standings real quick. So fourth place. So we're 8-2. We're in fourth place. We play 2 matchups every week in this one, and I believe I'm winning one of them, and then real close in the other one. The playoffs should be coming up pretty close in this one. So it's the division leaders. So there's 4 division leaders, and then the wild card teams as well. Pretty safe to say that we're going to make the playoffs. This league I made the playoffs pretty much every year, so not too much craziness to say there. Let's see. We'll go over to the points league real quick. I can't remember who all we changed out this week. Like I said, I stream pitchers pretty much every day. But like I said, the old owner, he lost the first week and we won. We won again, so we won the last 4 weeks since we took over this team. Let's see. I picked up J.P. Crawford this morning just because Marcus Simeon's day-to-day with an injury. I don't know if we really picked up anybody else since last week. I streamed Corbin Burns the other day, and I streamed Dane Dunning, I believe, yesterday it was. And they both pitched pretty well. They've been pitching pretty well this year. I like them both as prospects, so I'm holding on to them for now. Next time we stream somebody, we'll probably end up dropping Robbie Ray because he's not really having a good year. He walks too much. He's just been walking like a batter an inning. But overall, I feel like we're doing pretty well in this league. Especially just jumping in with the team that we did have. We had a lot of hitters, but we didn't have a lot of pitching. But streaming pitching's worked out pretty well for me. But that's pretty much all we got for this video. If you guys liked and enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to hear me talk a little bit more about fantasy baseball, we can do that. I'll probably make a video about some of the deadline trades, which ones I liked, which ones I didn't like, who I thought gave up too much prospect-wise. There's been a lot of interesting ones so far, especially like the Padres have been making a lot of moves. They've been giving up a lot of decent prospects too. So it's kind of like they're going all in, and we'll have to see if that pans out for them this year. But with that being said, that's pretty much all we got for this video. If you guys need to get a hold of me for any reason at all, reach out to me at CoachCraigSports@gmail.com. Check out the Coach Craig Sports Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport. You can also leave a comment in this video down below. Just let me know. If you guys reach out to me, I'll definitely get back to you. But with that being said, that's all we got for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this little quick update for my fantasy baseball leagues, and have a great rest of your day.